Good morning, good morning. I am worn slap out. It is so humid. We just got through with our walk. I hadn't even had coffee, but when we left, we had a little bit of a storm come through last night. I think it went to other parts. When everything comes from the west on our weather pattern, and when it gets to this lake, it either goes north or south. Rarely goes over. And we need to have it go over to get to our house. But yesterday some went over. Not a lot, but some of it. And it is so humid this morning. We're supposed to have more rain today, which we need desperately. Already the flowers are looking a little better. I have my little Van Gogh and my little Starry Night right here staring at me. I didn't do anything on it yesterday either. I got to figure out, I got to contemplate it a little bit. Mesh it up in my head. How am I going to get that post longer within the Lego world? I don't know. But I have one last spot that's over in my sewing section of this room that had a ton of stuff. In fact, there was a card table set up and had a ton of stuff on it. I got it down to, there's no more under the floor, and the rest that's left is just, I'm not kidding you, like this much paper. 4 or 5 inches of paper. But I found something that had, these are from Pear Tea stickers, which she now goes by Pear Tea Papery. And this would have been great for my bird picture. So I might stick them on there. And then I found these that I made last year at some point and cut them into Traveler's Notebook sizes. These are gorgeous, but I don't think they apply to this particular journal. I found this. I think that's an Allie Edwards. Or maybe that could have been a, there was another kit that I got for a while. I can't remember. I'm going to put it in the Allie drawer, though. That looks like her stuff. All right. And we've been eating, my husband, for whatever reason, has been eating avocado toast every morning with balsamic glaze, which I love, but I can't eat it every day. But I did lose 2 pounds, which okay, this is the weight loss section of my journal, of my video. My weight goes now. The first 2 or 3 weeks, it just went down. But now it has a little spike where it goes down 1 pound or half a pound. And I weigh myself usually in the morning when I first get up. Half a pound, then it goes down, or then it'll go down half a pound, then it goes up a pound, then it goes down a pound, and then it kind of evens out, and it does that whole thing all over again. But since I've been home, I've lost 3 pounds, which 2 of it is what I gained, which was a lot of Frappuccino, and I just didn't have them. And because I ate pretty darn well. There were things that I could have had that I didn't, and things that I did have that I shouldn't, but I ate them in small portions. But, I mean, the catering at this celebration of life was outstanding, so there were times when I was like, I can't help myself. Okay, I'm going to see how I can put these on here without messing it up. Maybe just one. I don't know. But these are like the Van Gogh colors for sure. I don't know. It looks stupid. And we saw the mama deer and her 2 babies this morning. Then we saw the daddy a couple houses away, and he was eating somebody's flowers. I'm like, yeah. All right. I painted a little bit of this yesterday. And the prompt is observe. I have no clue. My entire journal is an observation of Junk Journal July prompts from the point of view of Vincent Van Gogh. So I don't really know unless I just pick out. Did I show you that paper? I think I did. That I made on Procreate. Some of the stuff that I can do on Procreate. And I'm very, very just hitting the fringes of what you can do with Procreate. But see, that's beautiful, but it doesn't match. These are more bright, and these are more vintagey looking. I think I'm just going to go through which is terrible, but I think I'm just going to go through my book and observe something and see if I can find something that kind of falls in line here. Which I did some of the prep work yesterday by and I do have a couple little things that small copies of some of the paintings I did on Procreate, and a couple little hearts I might be able to put those in there somehow. Those are for my Hobonichi, but I can always print them again. Oh, you know what I just noticed? You see how distressed this spine is? It's paper. It really isn't distressed at all. Clever people, because I always thought, oh, I have to be careful with this book, but it's not. It's just paper. I don't know what I'm going to put in here. I know he observed the nature around him. That's what he painted. I've been to Antwerp. I've been to Amsterdam a couple times. I wish we could go to The Hague. Wherever the Tulip Festival is, which I think is close by The Hague. We've gone through Rotterdam. And we did a couple little towns in through here. His mother gave him drawing lessons at home. She also passed on her love of nature to Vincent. She taught her children to sing, to draw, and to do crafts, and to encourage them to read plenty of books. Oh, I didn't know he had all these other siblings. Anna, Theo. Theo was the brother he wrote to a lot. Lies, L-I-E-S, Lise. She lived into 1936. 1941, Wilhelmina lived to 1941. And Theo died in 1891, a year after his brother. Bright red hair and freckles. He had and of course, his life was a reflection of the times. At 16, he got a job with an art dealership in The Hague. His uncle, who was also called Vincent, was the co-owner. The shop where he worked was on a square close to Binnenhof, the center of Dutch politics. Oh, see, this is gorgeous. I got to go in one of these windmills one time. That's pretty. Would that look pretty with our... It's too wide, though. Wish this was more vertical instead of... That's beautiful. Did he paint that? Yeah, it said a watercolor of the Lochmolen that Vincent painted some years later in 1882. Where the locks are and stuff. That's a very interesting water system around there. For obvious reasons. Then he went to Paris. I like how it gives you the time frame of where he was in this book. We're observing his life. My my prompt is voice activated. I'm observing his life. And then we're just going to cut out a picture somewhere along the line. Oh, here's some seaweed. Oh, I think he cut this out of paper. The piece of seaweed, which is in quotes, from Ramsgate Beach that Vincent sent to Theo. I don't know. Here's another picture of all those windmills. They are pretty. Some of these buildings in Amsterdam, the doors are so narrow and the windows are so narrow that you can't get furniture through. And groceries, because walking up, if you lived on the top floor, it was a walk. But they had these elevator things that stuck out, and they would drop chains down, and then you would put things on it and bring them through the big windows up top. At least that's what our tour guide told us one time. I like Amsterdam. It's a really cool city. Don't take pictures of them in the red light district, though. I almost had a lady come after me one time. I didn't realize you weren't supposed to. And then somebody said, don't take pictures. But I was just trying to be cagey, because respecting their privacy. And she banged on her window where she was displaying herself, and she was clothed. She had some clothes on. And then somebody said, you're not supposed to take pictures. I'm like, oh, thanks. Thanks, tour guide, for not letting me know. I don't know where this is. It's his dad moved to a town in Nuenen, another village in Brabant. Vincent went to go visit them. His dad was a pastor. Whew. These were from Vincent and Theo's collection, these Japanese prints. Vincent thought Antwerp was a lot like Paris. Oh, I did not like Antwerp. Well, I had a bad experience in Antwerp. There's a lot of, how should I say this? There's a lot of diamond business in Antwerp, and that brings in thugs. And I was kind of confronted by some thugs in a museum and a church. Not a museum, a gift shop and a church. And I'm not going to tell you what nationality they were, but they were very rough and gruff and cut in line and everything. I was just buying some postcards or something, I don't know. And, oh, this is pretty. I wish I could do this somehow. But when I got to the cash register, they had left. There were like 4 or 5 people ahead of us. Me, and then these thugs came in and bought what they bought. Probably had other stuff somewhere else, but I could just cut out a picture of him. But the cash register, I was like, did you see what those guys did? He goes, ma'am, shh. And he had a very thick accent, and so I was quiet. I wasn't loud because I don't have a loud voice normally, especially in a gift shop. Oh, here's a good picture. I like this one. Oh, I like this one of him and his painting apparatuses. But it said ma'am. So I stopped talking, and then I realized that somebody else had left the store. And he said, you cannot. He said, they are blah, blah, blah nationality, and they run this town anymore. And they said, you cannot. They kind of like bully their way through everything. And he said, you can't go against them, or there's consequences. I'm like, okay. So when I got through with the gift shop, I went to my husband. I'm like, I just had an interaction with some international diamond thieves. Not thieves. Merchants. Oh, see, that looks pretty. That goes with my color. We're observing Vincent's life. That's the prompt. We observed his life. And I might put some of these blue hearts around it. But you got to be careful. I have learned to, I'm not opinionated, really. And I know when you travel, you have to respect other people's cultures and things like that. Now, like in Vietnam, when I got hit by those ladies, literally hit, and hard, I did say something. But otherwise, you just kind of have to, we don't know their culture. They may not like tourism. I know tourism sometimes helps and sometimes it doesn't. And you got to pick your battles. And not that I want to battle by any means, but I do stand up for myself now. I didn't used to, but you just got to, when traveling, you need to blend in, especially because in some countries, Americans get a really bad rap. Probably rightly so. I've seen American people act like idiots. But, okay. That's what we observed today. We observed Van Gogh's observations. So now, scraps. Huh. I don't know how I'm going to attempt that one, but I do like the fact that this is all little tiny. This was done with probably jelly gouaches on newspaper print paper. And it's little scraps of paint, but this is still showing. I don't like that. I wonder if I have a piece in the medium-sized scrap box that could kind of cover some of that up. Push it back. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's not the right colors. No. Neither is that. Okay. Oopsie, sorry. I hope I didn't hit you. I might could get by with it. And then maybe add some other color to it with some pencils. Perhaps. We're going to go with it. We're prepping our paper for tomorrow. Don't know how we're going to do it even yet, the page, but we're going to still do it. I'm going to bring these colors over with, the easiest would be to be markers. I could maybe match some of these colors. All right, let's glue this down. I love traveling. I love immersing yourself in other people's cultures and the history of all of it. But sometimes it can backfire a little bit. You just have to be aware. It doesn't backfire. That's not the right word. You just have to be cognizant of other people's. This is a zig marker. And these markers last forever. This has got to be 8 or 9 years old. I use it once a year. But when you need it, it's there. I'm going to go over these with pencil maybe, because these are a little bit brighter. They're not as chalky. But it's backing up the brightness that's there. All right, that green. Might be hard to match a little bit. Maybe not. These are just Crayola ones. They last pretty well too, I have to say. Then I need a bluish, a really faint blue. Which probably won't even show up over this. No, it won't. I think I'm going to start other colors Try to stay in frame a little bit. All right, we have that cornflowery color. Might be this one. Ooh, that's too dark. Too dark, too dark, too dark. Aye, aye, aye. I'm gonna have to rectify that with some pencils, I think. Oh, here's a green, here's a blue Crayola pencil right here. Which may or may not work. Yeah. It may not work on the markers. Just going by what I have up here. Digging in my pencils. Plus, this is probably a tad wet still. Can't even tell. Urgh. Plus, I'm going to go over very faintly the white places because this is on newsprint, which is beige. I'm going to knock this white out. And who knows, I might cover this all up tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to rip a hole in this paper. Very close. All right, we're just going to stop because we're going to end up ripping it. But maybe by tomorrow I can go over a little bit more. I'm going to leave those right there to see if, remind myself. What did I say it was? Scraps. Yeah, we can handle that one. Then we have thread. Can handle that one too. Stamps. Packaging. These are really good prompts. Light, weather, homemade, petal, aged, free. How in the heck are you going to... I guess stuff you get free in the mail, maybe? I don't know. Tag, picture, okay. Colors, okay. Timeless. I don't know how to do that one either. Tip-in can handle that. Ephemera can handle that. Tea-dyed. I don't use a lot of tea-dyed stuff. Shade. Poetic. How in the heck are you going to do poetic? Buttons. Contrast. Shine. Celebrate. Weather is 14. That's the one by Bun did. And James Burke is doing one too. I'm not sure which one he's doing. Oh, I did I tell you I covered these? I covered these yesterday. And I actually went over the pink spots with markers. But now these are dry. I wonder if I can... No, nothing really shows up there. But that's good enough. And then I put one of the papers I made on Procreate on the back. And then I put my little tag, July 2024. Thank you, Melinda. Which one of you? Somebody reminded me to do that. I forget that a lot. My reason why, which I love doing. That's an Allie Edwards thing, and I love doing that. Why did you do this? Go through a bunch of trash paper and put it together. Van Gogh kept popping up everywhere, so I am challenging myself to Van Gogh it. Van Gogh it, Junk Journal July. Anyhow, all right. Stop talking, lady, about nonsense. I'm procrastinating. I'm going to put these birds with my stuff. Now I have a ton of paper to clean up. That's all that's left out of reorganizing is gobs and gobs of paper. And I've already filed away gobs and gobs of paper. And I've recreated on top of paper that I didn't like. And I've done all that. And I still have gobs and gobs of paper because I just love painting it, making it, adding to it, tearing it up. I don't use it as fast as I make it. And last month, June, I didn't even, yeah, I did paint some stuff. I painted on the plane. Not really. Did you notice that when I said I was painting on a plane, I was really painting right here? I'm sure you did. It was a joke. It was fun. I don't know how I'm going to do this paper. I'm just going to have to get, like, lay it out on my bed in piles. Jelly plate, magazine painted, store-bought, needs to be improved, file away. And I have it all in different categories in my filing cabinet too, which has no more room for paper, so I don't know where this paper is going to go. Anyhow, all right, thanks for watching. We're going to Van Gogh it tomorrow with scraps, but I don't use my scraps fast enough either. And my scrap system is not my idea. The amount that I have is my idea, because Bai Bun, who I love watching, her art is totally different and has a different tone to it, but I like her techniques on a lot of things, and I've learned a lot from her. But her paper bin is like this big, or at least that's what it looks like on camera, like 12 by 12, and she has big pieces separated, then she has a little box of little pieces and medium-sized pieces. When those get too full, she takes a chunk from the back of each of those stacks, whichever's full, and doesn't look at it, allow herself to look at it, and throws it away. I was like, I can't do that. I can't. I tried one time. I can't do that. I've tried a couple times, but I literally pulled stuff out of the trash last month or the month before and used it because I'm like, this is perfect. And I put it all back in the boxes. So, and the lids don't close on either one of my boxes of smalls and mediums. Okay, enough talking. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.